This is worst beats I ever made. Honey, I've heard a lot worse. But anyways, we're going to get into this. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard, honey. I've heard that John Lennon and Yoko Ono album. So I have heard worse, trust me. But first, this is ICA, Igor's Cable Access, always unedited, never rehearsed. And remember, I need that one like. I need that one subscriber. Will it be you? No, but it might be your cat. ICA. Take it, leave it, or stick it. Dogs are better than cats. Could be your dog. Could be your guinea pig. I discriminate against nothing. Plants, animals, all the hell ain't gonna be nobody. What am I thinking? It wasn't last time. It wasn't you or your gopher. ICA. Take it, leave it, or stick it in a hole. You know, on the ground like animals dig. Anyways, take a look behind me. Worst beats I made. Well, honey, it's not about the beat. It's about the picture. You know, I've said before that hunting should be considered a sport when the animals can shoot back. Well, honey, I guess that right there is what it would look like when hunting is actually a sport. You know, people call it a sport and they hide up in a tree at a tree stand and boom. I mean, the animal has no chance. I mean, the poor deer smells a female and thinks it's going to get laid and then gets laid out by a 30-06. That's not a sport. When they can shoot back, honey, that's a sport. Let's listen to this beat. I'm telling you, that looks like that's some heavy defense against some kind of badgers. Bugs are still flying in here. We tried to seal that crack in the window, honey, but we ran out of spray and I didn't go back and get any more. Let's see some of this damn worst beat in the world. I'm telling you, honey, I've heard worse. I've heard Yoko Ono, and I've heard my girlfriend's boyfriend's farts. So I've heard worse, honey. Let's listen to this. Oh my goodness. Turn it up a little bit. Kind of sounds like the A-Team, G.I. Joe versus Cobra kind of thing. But I think they're like shooting at hunters or maybe some badgers. I guess it's like gunfire beat music. It's got that 80s hero stuff that like, you know, unknown actors were in. You know, those kind of movies that were made for like $50. You know, something like that little beat like maybe a Reb Brown movie. You know Reb Brown, he was cool, man. He was in that movie Caged with Lou Ferrigno. Did you ever see that? I didn't think so. But take a look at this, man. This is neat. Yeah, that music sounds like some kind of 80s Reb Brown unknown actor that you've never heard of. Maybe even Michael Biehn or something like that. Honey, I read the credits. Now, this right here is neat. Now, I'm not the everlasting know-it-all about firearms. I do own a few, but I do know this much. This kind of looks like a 303 or maybe some kind of a, I don't know, Carcana thing, sort of like that. But that scope right there, I'm pretty sure did not come with a British 303. If that scope is real and not made by AI, honey, they went to Bass Pro and put that on that, you know, that military rifle. But if I had to guess, if this was Jeopardy for the money, I would say that's either a 303 or some kind of a 6.5 Carcana. Wouldn't you? Let's hear some more of this. Oh my goodness. The worst beat I ever made. Alright. Turn back up. Yeah, it's got that hero G.I. Joe background music, you know, like the kind of movies that were so cheap that only one guy in the whole cast was actually getting laid. Those kind of movies. And maybe the video game Commando. But I think that's neat. You know, if this line actually had this rifle, let's say like a bunch of like hyenas or badgers or something like that came up, and it just whipped that out. You know, and it could even trade with other animals, you know, in the safari, and maybe even upgrade and get an Uzi. Now, you know, an Uzi's not going to have the range and power of that rifle, but it's going to have that speed and that brrr, and it's going to be cool until you run out of bullets. But that right there, I think, is neat. And I hope it don't get that scope kiss. Honey, that happened to me one time many years ago. And I'll tell you what, that hurts when that scope comes back and nails you right in the face. Now, that's neat. The only thing it needs now is some kind of gigantic muzzle brake made by some kind of, you know, magazine overpriced Kel-Tec company. Let's hear some more of this, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Because everybody else has left, and all the clowns have went to bed. Alright, here we go. This is cool, though. I like to have a t-shirt that said, you know, something like, hunting's a true sport when this happens. Alright. Wow. It almost sounds like one of them toy guns you buy at Walmart that you like, they're supposed to like shoot ducks and stuff with. Yeah, man, that little kaboom boom thing in the background, it almost sounds like those guns at Walmart. They got like those speakers in them, you know, and batteries, and you pull that trigger that the grandkids have got, and they make that sound. It sounds like one of those, man, don't it? Oh, wait, nobody else is here. But it sounds like one of those. You know, and they're like these little shotguns and things that are made like to hunt ducks and like all these other things with, and they're camouflaged in orange. That's what that sounds like. It sounds like a toy gun. It's got that battery inside of it. And when the battery goes dead, you never ever replace it. You just throw it away or just walk around using your mouth going boom, boom. You got to see this stuff, honey, and you got to hear it. Now take another look at this. This is neat. I'm going to see if my mom will make me a shirt like that that says this is when hunting will be a sport. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to wear it in a Bass Pro Shop. Until next time, this Beer Boy Igor. Take it, leave it, or stick it. I'm out. Oh yeah, here, let's go back. Here's some more of this A-Team G.I. Joe stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like that, you know, that gun at Walmart that annoyed everybody in the family, and they were glad to see the batteries finally die in it. It took like a big lithium battery that you could only like get in space or something. I'm out, bitches.